Welcome to Mexico. How is it being back in a country where you actually have lived the longest in South America?
Yeah, the longest, but a long time ago. I was only 4 to 6 years when me and my family lived here. And actually, since you asked, it's very magical. There are like some kind of some plants, some leaves and stuff that I see, and I'm like, I remember these from my childhood. So it's actually very nice, not just nostalgic, to go around here.
What about the food?
Oh, I love it! It's the best food in South America. I'm so glad that we finally found some very good food. We have been lucking out of that.
It's great being, for me, the first time being in Mexico, and right now we are actually in Cuba. We've been to 1 week. We went to Cancun. We didn't document too much there because it was just at a resort, eating and drinking.
Chilling?
Yeah.
I think you needed that after like a long time with a lot of travels.
Yeah, it was just to calm down. Then we went to Playa del Carmen and we rented a car. And yesterday we went to Chichen Itza, which is like the most famous tourist attraction in all of Mexico, I would say.
Yeah, I think so. This is all in the Yucatan island, or half island, and it is like the biggest pyramids that we have in Mexico. So they're quite famous, and there are a lot of people visiting them.
A lot of people, like several thousands a day. We don't know how many, but during COVID there was a restriction of 3,000. I think it's more now.
Yeah.
The pyramids there are really beautiful. They are archaeological sites. It's really beautiful. It's really big. I think we walked like 7-8 kilometers. But it's expensive, and there's a lot of sellers inside selling things that I don't think is made in Mexico, but they're portraying it as being Mexican things. So be aware that there are a lot of people and a lot of sellers. And it's actually a bit annoying because it's a good place to see historical things, but then you have all these sellers.
Yeah, you have this site that is 1,000 years old. It's amazing. It has so many big monuments, and then it's all in a big souvenir market.
But then we went to the cenote.
Yes, they have so many cenotes here.
Several hundred, maybe thousands cenotes in this area of Mexico.
And we went to one of the most famous one, quite close to Chichen Itza.
But first, a cenote is like a hole in the ground with fresh water. A lot of them have caves underneath, so there's really deep water and really clear water in these cenotes, which they're called. But in English, I would just say water holes, maybe.
Yeah.
And they're really beautiful. We went to one which is really famous.
Iquiquil, it's called.
Yeah.
And it was so nice. We've seen it on photos before. It's one of the most famous. What you see in all the photos when you just Google cenote is that one. But it's so beautiful that it's like the pictures.
Yeah, it's really, really nice and fresh. A really refreshing thing to do in 35 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
But now today we wanted more architecture, ruins. Like we wanted more archaeological sites. So we went here. In comparison to yesterday, there are almost no tourists.
Yeah.
The site is really big. You feel more like you're doing the Indiana Jones feeling, walking in the ruins.
Yeah.
And now we want to explore this, and we think there's one pyramid where you can walk to the top. So let's have a look at that. this is scary. This is legit scary. Wow. Are you scared, Sofia?
Yes. I'm not sure if I can jump.
Are you gonna have to? Wow, this is huge. And there's bats everywhere flying around. Look. There's one in the roof over there. Wow. Yeah, that was really fun. You got really scared when you jumped.
Yeah. Oh, I never stopped falling. I fall forever.
Yeah, and it looks a lot taller than it is because the water is so clear that you can see the bottom.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're jumping 15 meters when you maybe jumping 6-7 meters.
And we also went to another one, a smaller one with very clear water as well that we can swim around with. Both of them were just very cool. I love that there are caves that you can kind of climb into.
Yeah, if you're going to this area in Mexico, I would highly recommend finding some cenotes. And now we're back in Cancun, leaving the rental car tomorrow.
Yeah.
And going to
Oaxaca,
where you've told me already I think the food here is amazing, but in Oaxaca
I think we'll have some amazing food experiences because that's where the mole, the famous mole with chocolate, come from here in Mexico, and they have amazing food. So I'm looking forward to show that to you, and maybe if you can stand it, some more ruins as well.
So let's go to Oaxaca. We made it from Playa del Carmen to Oaxaca.
Yes, we did.
And this is actually the end of Oaxaca. And the reason we're filming at the end is because I've been really sick and you've been really sick.
Yeah, we just took it in turns. First, I was sick for like 2 days. So you had to kind of wait for me to be well. And when I was well, you got sick.
Yeah, I got sick after, or you got sick in Playa del Carmen, we think. I got sick in Oaxaca, which is really sad because Oaxaca is the pinnacle of food in Mexico.
Yes.
So we go here to eat good food. So my stomach has been really upset the last 2-3 days, but I have to keep on trying to eat the good food.
Yeah.
Because Oaxaca really has some good food, right?
Absolutely. They have the famous mole that I am starting to like quite a lot. But they also have like enchiladas with this sauce over. They have tacos, of course.
They have this pizza. It's called
tlayudas.
Tlayudas. And that was the thing that made me sick. We ate at the corner this evening. It was really good.
Yeah.
But we have different meat.
Yeah.
And I think my meat was bad.
Yeah.
Which made me sick. We think it was a juice that made you sick in Playa del Carmen.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So while you were sick, I had time to go on an adventure. So I went on a 12-hour trip outside of Oaxaca. I saw this huge tree that was 2,000 years old.
Insane. You're so lucky. I'm so jealous.
I know, I was thinking about you. And then we also saw the village that they make the famous carpet of Oaxaca, and also where they make the lights. That's a very important part of the wedding tradition. And we went to Mitla, that's another archaeological site. And we went to agua hervida, or something like that, boiling water in English. A very beautiful place with kind of small lakes on top of a hill. So it was quite in the end we tried mezcal. So I know that you were jealous of me doing all of this and you were laying puking in your bed.
Yeah, but I'm glad you got to do it. And I got a bit better, and now yesterday we also got to explore more of Oaxaca, which is quite a big city. It's in the middle of Mexico, like 10 hours south of Mexico City. It's in the middle of the country, like I would say like 7 hours from the coast. It's 500,000 people here, and it's downtown. The architecture is really, really nice. And the food is good wherever you go. You get good Mexican food. But there's also a lot to experience. You went on this trip, and now we're up here on Monte
Alban,
which is like the society from 500 years before Christ until 500 years after Christ. At the pinnacle, it lived 30,000 people here. And now we're like getting close to the top, and you can hear we're breathing quite heavily because this is 300 meters above Oaxaca, which is located at around 1500 meters above sea level. So this is around 1800 above sea level, so you can feel the altitude up here.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool architectural place, right?
Yeah, it's quite huge. It's one of the biggest they have in Mexico. And the nice thing here is that you can actually walk on the pyramids. But the pyramids are more like platforms than like the regular pyramids. So you will walk up to a platform, and we'll try to understand a little bit more. We will try to understand a little bit more how this...
Wow, look at this!
Oh yes, it's very cool.
Oh my
it's
God.
Big.
I'll turn the camera around so you'll see. Wow! And look over there, it goes inwards and inwards. Wow!
Yeah, we are lucky to be able to see this, like in between all our illness, and now to this evening we're going further. We're going to Puerto Escondido this afternoon, so I'm very glad that we had time to see this before we left.
We have like 1.5 hours here, then we take the bus down and we go straight to the coast with the bus to experience the coast of Mexico, more of the coast of Mexico.
On the other side, the Pacific.
Yeah, so now let's explore this place, and we'll see you at our next destination. Here we go, Grant. Checked in the Airbnb 2 hours ago. Checking 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Checking out because there was
A squirrel in the roof.
a squirrel with kids in the roof.
A squirrel family.
A squirrel family. Really, really strange. We lived over there in like a hut in the roof. Really nice apartment, but didn't work out. And yeah, we haven't told you. We have gotten now to Puerto Escondido. And it's really, really warm. Even the locals are complaining. It's like 35 degrees Celsius, but with the sun it feels like 45. It's crazy hot. So we need to find some place to stay. And this is really heavy now with the hot weather. So cross your fingers that we find somewhere, and
Without squirrels this time.
without squirrels this time. So see you in a while. Huh? That was really nice days in Puerto Escondido. We found a place to stay, but we spent some days at the beach.
We rented a scooter and drove around to different beaches, and we're just having a very nice, relaxing time. You were playing a lot in the waves.
Puerto Escondido is a really nice place for surfers. We're not that good at surfing, so we didn't embark into the waves with a surfboard, but we had a good time just enjoying the waves on its own. But now we are at a completely different place. We have moved on. We took the bus for 12 hours to
we started with, we are in Chiapas. So we started with going to Tuxtla Gutierrez, that's the capital of Chiapas. And we weren't so fond of it. There were some nice like church and stuff, but a very big city with not so much spirit that we felt. But now we are in a very like spiritful place, I feel.
Yeah. Because we rented a car and we have driven on to, I can't remember the name of this place.
Chiapa de Corzo.
Chiapa de Corzo. And here we are at this beautiful river, which you can see here. And this is what they're famous for. This river who goes up into the mountains and creates this ceiling on both sides with mountains. And we're gonna take a boat trip up there. We're already seeing it from a mirador, which was really nice. If you have a car or you take the colectivo, you can see it from there. But now we want to see it from down below as well. And that's why all these boats are, which are tourist companies. But I think it's off season now because we are here not that early. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's perfect conditions, but we have to wait until more tourists show up before they start sending out one of these boats.
But as soon as we are 20 tourists, they will fill up a boat and we will go up the river to the end of the river. There should be kind of a lake there, and I think we will stop by like some nice formations in the mountains and in the nature, and maybe we'll see a crocodile if we're lucky.
Maybe, we don't know. So let's go. Well, we went on the river, and the river gave us first of all, it gave us a lot of trash. Yeah, that was really sad.
The nature was stunning. It was so cool with this steep walls that was going like right by the side of the boat, but still it was kind of, you can say the view was contaminated with the garbage, with the trash.
Yeah. It was like, first you're amazed by the nature, by the 1,000-meter cliffs, and then you start to realize that all the life around the river is suffering from all the plastic and trash from humans. And it's almost embarrassing to be on board. Like, I almost wanted to turn around and go back, like, I don't want to be a part of this. I get that we're no saints for traveling around the world, but this was so obvious that the money that because we were paying quite much, we paid 300 pesos, which is like 200 Norwegian, with like 20 US
per person,
and there's a lot of people going every day, so a lot of that money could have gone to giving back to the nature, because now they're just destroying it.
Actually, at the end, like midway of the tour, they actually stop to make you buy things like soda or chips from a riverboat floating around there, so that you can contaminate more.
Yeah.
And there were actually a guy on the boat who told us, or who said on the boat, that he was here years ago and there was a lot more crocodiles and a lot less garbage.
Yep.
And he thought that was connected.
I want to shake this off. Let's go and grab some guacamole.
Yeah.
Cada día doy las gracias a esta vida. Cada día alegría por haberte encontrado. Soy feliz, siento que todo he ganado. Tengo tantas razones para quererte, cariño, tantas razones para quererte. Tengo tantas razones para quererte, cariño, tantas razones.
Okay, the canyon was kind of crap because of all the trash, but
Yeah.
now we're in this beautiful city.
The city of San Cristobal de las Casas, and you can really get why it is de las Casas, because the houses are so beautiful. It's so many colors. I love the city.
And a lot of beautiful churches, a lot of beautiful hills. The city is just probably my favorite city in Mexico so far.
Yeah, me as well. I thought it would be Oaxaca, but this is better.
Yeah, a lot better. And the food here is better than in Oaxaca.
Yes, I think so as well. We have been very lucky with all the restaurants we have found with both Mexican and like European food.
But this is the second time we're here in San Cristobal because we had a short stopper some days ago and then we went on a really big adventure.
We went to almost to Guatemala, right to the border there. There is a place named Montebello, Los Lagos de Montebello.
Which is a place with over 50 lagoons or lakes, and the water is so clear. You can see almost to the bottom, even though you can't because the darkness stops it. But it's like you can see so far when you're swimming there. It's like swimming in a pool.
And they're so deep. They're like 200 meters, some of them.
Yeah, and they cost some money to get down to them. But if you pay for one, then you usually get access to several. So we have seen like 6-7 of them, and the best part is we've slept in a tent next to one of the lakes. So we have 2 nights in the tent, which was amazing.
I'm without words because the first day we came there and we were like, maybe we should try to go over to Guatemala, thinking that would be too hard. But then we just went walking about 15 minutes and we were there.
Yeah, no control at the borders. You just walk over the border, buy a Guatemalan beer, and walk back to Mexico.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But now back in San Cristobal, enjoying this city, and this is the last stop before we're going to Mexico City.
Yes.
So we will end the video here and see you guys in Mexico City.